Welcome in, everybody, to SmackDown. Kicking off the night, the badass Bron Breakker. Bron, who had the good fortune of being entrant number 30 in the Royal Rumble thanks to The Rock. But he also had the distinction of being the last man eliminated, as Damian Priest would eliminate Bron Breakker, punching his ticket for WrestleMania. And knowing what we know about Bron Breakker, number one, probably didn't sit too well with him. But also, probably a situation where he's probably not going to deal with it in the best way, but that's what we come to expect from Bron Breakker. Breakker, who was rewarded with the 30th spot from The Rock based on what he did for WWE, Team WWE at the Survivor Series. He was close. But unfortunately for him, Damian Priest just a little bit better. And he was able to be the last man standing in the Rumble. Here this week, he will match up against Pete Dunne. And I get the feeling that some of that anger and frustration might be taken out on Dunne here this week on SmackDown. We still don't know what direction Damian Priest is going to go. Will he stay here and challenge The Rock at WrestleMania, or will he venture over to WCW and challenge AJ Styles or potentially LA Knight, depending on what happens between those two at Elimination Chamber? Frankensteiner from Bron Breakker. Breakker sending Dunne into the ropes, hits him with a spear. And Breakker making quick work of Pete Dunne here as he picks up the win. Bron with a microphone. He says he doesn't know what the hell's going on with Jacob Fatu. The plan was they were going to work together, eliminate everybody, and be the last two standing. Fatu decided to go rogue and attack him after he saved him from elimination. Jacob Fatu making his presence known as Bron Breakker heading up to the top of the ramp. These two having words. Breakker with a punch, and Fatu responding. These two going back and forth. You got to think The Rock not going to be too happy with what is going on here, as these two need to be separated by the security team. Next up, we've got Liv Morgan. She will be taking on Zoey Stark. We know that the Women's Elimination Chamber match will determine who will go on to WrestleMania and get a shot at Raquel Rodriguez and the WCW Women's Championship. Royal Rumble winner Becky Lynch already making her decision. She is going to be challenging Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. Earlier this week on Nitro, Eric Bischoff announcing that we will have 3 qualifying matches in the WWE and 3 qualifying matches over in WCW. And those 6 women will make up the participants in the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Liv with a clothesline, able to kind of turn the tide in this one. Big splash off the top rope. Down on Zoey Stark. Liv, a former WCW Women's Champion as well as WWE Women's Champion. And while we don't yet know who the women will be that will be in those qualifying matches, I would think that there's a strong possibility that Liv Morgan will be one of them. Liv able to get free there. Hits the Jersey code breaker, goes for the cover. But Zoey Stark able to kick out at 2. Now Zoey struggling to get back to her feet. Oblivion. Liv again with the cover, hooking the leg. And 3, Liv Morgan with the win. I guess we'll find out next week if she will be one of the 6 women here in WWE involved in those qualifying matches. Next, we've got Logan Paul. And Logan asked for this match when he found out that his opponent had agreed to a contract here in WWE, Andrade. Andrade, who made his debut in the open mic universe back at the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul, who was entrant number 1 in the Rumble. Andrade, entrant number 2. And he took that performance in the Rumble and turned it into a contract offer from the WWE. Just like we saw from Ethan Page, who signed with WCW, Andrade, the newest member of the WWE roster here. And Logan Paul, who wasn't too happy that it was the debuting Andrade who he had to contend with at the start of the Rumble. When he found out that Andrade had reached an agreement with the WWE, he wanted Andrade's first match here to be against him. And so far, now Logan Paul showing some signs of life here. Drives Andrade down into the mat. And then now with that cocky pin attempt here. But Andrade able to get his shoulder up. Now these two teeing off on each other. And it's Andrade that gets the better of it, sending Paul into the corner. And really the common theme here over the last few months when it comes to Logan Paul, respect or disrespect or whatever it is that he's been complaining about. And it's just one big airing of his grievances all the time. You know, not feeling like he's being put in premium matches, not getting title opportunities. I'm sure that the random fact of the drawing of where you come out in the Rumble, he sees that as a slight that he drew number 1. That's just how it goes. And then having to contend with somebody that he knows absolutely nothing about in Andrade. Andrade with the cover. And he gets the 3 count. And Andrade in his debut match here in the WWE defeats Logan Paul, comes away with the victory. WWE official Paul Triple H Levesque on his way down to the ring. Let's hear what Triple H has to say. He says, while Damian Priest is yet to announce his WrestleMania decision, he has assured him that announcement will come before we get to Elimination Chamber. So, starting next week, just like the women, we will have qualifying matches for the men's Elimination Chamber match. It seems like we've got a couple guys that are just dying to get their hands on each other. So the first qualifying match will be next week on Raw between Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu. The Badass and the Samoan Werewolf are gonna battle it out next week on Raw.